The Frog and the Ox. In a pond not far from a large pasture, there lived a small frog, but with a huge opinion of herself. She was always envious and could not stand to hear about others being bigger, stronger, or more imposing than she was. One day, a group of frogs were excitedly telling each other, "We saw a huge ox, the biggest and strongest animal on earth." The vain frog laughed mockingly. "Ha! What nonsense you are talking! No one is bigger and more imposing than me." But, deep down, envy had settled in her chest. So she set out to see this so-called huge ox with her own eyes. When she reached the edge of the pasture, she held her breath. The ox was huge. Its muscles were tense under its shiny skin, and its horns seemed to be made to defy the sky. "I can't accept this," the frog said to himself. "I have to be just as big." And then he began to swell. He took a deep breath, and it grew a little bigger. He took another breath, and his belly rounded out. With each breath, he felt himself getting closer and closer to the size of the ox. "Do you see me now? I'm almost as big, aren't I?" he shouted to the other frogs. But it wasn't enough. He took another breath, his skin stretched, his eyes widened, and his body became round like a balloon about to burst. A little more, just a little more. Pock! The frog had exploded. The other frogs looked on in shock, and after a few moments of silence, one of them whispered, "Maybe it would have been wiser to accept yourself as you were." Morality? Instead of comparing ourselves to others and letting ourselves be blinded by envy, we better learn to appreciate our own qualities.